me to fly that if it was free. Oh no. Alright, so we're getting ready to start. Give me a second.
Well,
And
I need to get. If this is a character, I need to get to a werewolf shrine.
yeah, this is the character.
Oh, okay.
And I don't have any of those ports there, so I'm gonna have to port to you.
Okay, so I'm generally gonna do that.
For those of you who saw this, why aren't we free? Is this mic fucking working?
You're fucking drinking again, haven't you?
Oh, that's not a fucking surprise.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. Hey, Andy. Shazam.
Prove me, you motherfuckers.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our evening stream. We're going to be doing Elder Scrolls Online. Of course, we're going to PvP, but first, we are going to show you the Werewolf questline. Super helpful for any stamina type toon. There are benefits, like if you're running around with other werewolves, your damage when you're in werewolf form is considerably higher. So we're gonna have a friend bite us and start us on that quest line. This is my buddies. These are my buddies from Chapter House. You know, if you see them in PvP and you're not DC, you're probably gonna see that'll probably be the last thing you see, and then you know feet. But so we're gonna turn this down, and we're waiting for him to get to the shrine so we can get started. So just a warning, this channel is not made for children. It is already ahead of time like adult. They're gonna swear, they're gonna say stuff, we're gonna have a good time, and some of us are gonna be drunk. So if they're not already, Bolam. And then so enjoy. Remember, if you're interested in joining Chapter House, it is a PvP driven guild. That doesn't mean everything is PvP. We have a lot of experts in PvP and trade as well. But that's where the guild's focus is. So don't expect us to put up millions of dollars for a trader. It's not going to happen. All right. With that, let's get started.
Give me $1 million.
You can start porting the
Please.
me. I need to build my werewolf to bite you.
Oh, you have to kill things. Okay.
I'll bite you.
I bet. I have been ordered to stay away from all other Marines.
Hey, I'm back.
Welcome back, Buckle.
If you want to make your way back through the dungeon, I'm at. Oh wait, no, it's gone. Never mind. It's
What
over
did
here.
what did Blaze have to go?
Yeah, come to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
I'll
you
be
said
ready
you
by
had to
the
go
time you get here.
take care of.
I'm at
the internet
Riften. Are you at Riften?
Yep. So where am I going?
Okay, so I just have to find
Well,
you.
the chest isn't there anymore, unless it's there for you.
Oh, okay. I'll just.
I'm
port it.
coming.
Guys, will someone invite me to a fucking
just-
group, please?
I need to get bit first,
Just
Bolam.
remember
You're gonna have to
that you
wait.
ended you-
Hold
You just
your
missed.
riches, number 2.
I don't want to go into Cyrodiil until I got my werewolf bite, and then I can level that up as I need to.
I'll run one more here and then PvP, and then when Weedy gets back, we'll see if he wants to do vet or
He's in here.
PvP. Oh,
Yeah, Wheaties, sir.
well, what's up?
I'm just, I want to get my werewolf bite, and then I'm going to start running group in Ciro.
Well, isn't that nice?
There we go. So,
Somebody
oh, look
please
at.
bite this person.
We have this pretty orc. This is Tegento.
I did not mean to leave group.
Oh, pretty orc is a hairy wolf.
What would you want to do? You want to do some PvP or you want to?
Here, come towards me and I'll wait for the other guy.
Okay.
Well, if you want to do that one more run, then we could do that.
I
Didn't-
was. I don't speak anymore.
Oh, we just got mauled by a werewolf. And now we're gonna read. Well, first I'm gonna steal that fish. Where was it? Won't let me steal the fish. Okay, we're gonna read the scroll. Open the scroll. Pup, a scion of Hircine has judged you worthy of joining his great hunt. You must prove yourself as a hunter to Hircine before you join our pack. If you lack the soul of a true hunter, return to the city and speak to a priest of Arche. The master of beasts will not tolerate cowards or fools, neither of which I am. Otherwise, enter the portal to Hircine's realm and follow the great hunter Songmadir to join us.
Yeah,
Close
I'm gonna hop up there
scroll.
real quick.
And of course, my quest log is full, bitch. I have to- What? How much quests do I have? I can only have. It's like I have a million different quests. Oh, here we go. That's why I don't need that. And these aren't even today's undaunted pledges. Let's just get rid of that. There we go. Alright, let's try that again. Jeez. And maybe you guys want to actually hear the guy talking. Probably, huh? Alright.
Song you played that I really like.
So, true to form, their radio is not on because I don't want copyright strike. However,
I was actually pinned to a guy by the name of Bubba when I was in
there we go. So here's the portal,
me for a pack of Marlboro
and
two Snicker bars.
in we go. Thank you, Tegento.
No problem.
Hey, what's up, Scott? Scott is straddling. I never got to ask the who part the last time I saw you. That was a big question. What is Scott straddling? Because
Put it in the saddle.
his name is Scott is straddling. So, you know, that's totally open-ended.
Yeah, so straddling it.
Well, I'm saying, there's so. What could you straddle? You could straddle a horse. You could straddle
Spaghetti.
a duvet. You could straddle a spaghetti.
You're probably the 50th fucking time if someone invited me to a fucking group and do it all, please.
Why don't you put that in zone and see how lucky you get?
Oh, here we go. This is going to be a drunken stupor. I can see it now.
Always is.
For those of you who have never really experienced the Deaker and the Bolam, well, all I can say is you're no longer a virgin.
You're no longer
How you
playing.
doing? Come get you some of this, Tater Tim. Yes, I'm bringing Rupert down to the Blue Oyster Bar. Come on, Rupert. Woo!
All right.
Love
So
them leotards. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
collect a tribute. The hunt.
Come on now, you bastard. See what you did? See what you
Oh,
did?
and okay. Well, let's go. Let's go kill something. And we are a werewolf now. Woohoo!
Well, that's nice. Now you're a hairy person, aren't you?
Well, technically, since I am a Okinawan type Japanese, I'm already hairy. So. Ba-ba-ba.
That's funny. That's funny.
Building up OT, building up OT.
This is a good killing thing. Why am I not a grape, you bastard?
Help me, I can't find a group. You know, you don't need a group. You're a Nightblade. You are a Nightblade, sir. You just need another Nightblade to go terrorize people. Is that not true? He knows it is. He can if he wants to. He's just waiting for me.
I give a considerate element. basically,
Ooh. There we go. Summon. There we go. It's time for eatins. Eat. Num num num. Yay! I have fed with my pack. And now I have tribute. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. We're running around doing werewolf stuff. Can you imagine how terrifying that would be in real life, though? Okay, so here we go.
Do you accept my power?
I accept.
Once a pup, now a wolf. Once a prey, now a hunter. The blood of the true hunter and the pack is now yours. They are your only family, your only allegiance.
Skill line werewolf. Complete quest. There we go. Now you can leave. And skill line gained. So since I am already 50, I have to level this up as I go. So you really only have to kill a bunch of things and eat it to level up. So in Cyrodiil, you wait till there's a bunch of dead people and you just eat them. You wait till they get wiped and you just sit there and eat each one. Cool. Here's Mr. Shake and Bake. Hello, Mr. Shake and Bake. Oh, iron ore. Oh, my hoarding is getting the best of me.
no.
Anything good? Anything good? Let's see. For PvP, you want to go White Wolf. Yes, sir. We shall do that. And I can't take anything else because I'm over encumbered. Hoarding. White Wolf for PvP. Thank you. I shall remember that. Someone's singing. Sure, Last Lobo. You can have it. I was full up anyway. The Arden, Last Lobo. Known for stealing people's chests when they are not looking. Alright. So we'll do that. We actually have a whole ton of stuff in here. That's why. Here's Titus. Greeting, Titus. You have entirely too much stuff.
Right, Neobus.
Yo.
Your name is Neos.
Neos.
I'm going to remember you, and that's just the way it is, okay? Neos.
Okay.
It's not a great one, something great. So I hope you like the name.
Are you naming people now?
We can fucking do cheap gangsters.
Well, I would keep number 2.
You named him number 2. Alright.
Number 2.
Most of these are crap anyway, so we can just throw it away.
Sell away, sell away.
Then we'll go join Bolam because somebody is a little antsy. I'm gonna jump up into the Cyrodiil channel because I'm whoever wants to, I'm going to be starting up a group. So,
I'll be there in a minute.
thank you, Tag. I'm moving up to another channel. Alright. We're going to be doing... Alright, DC Open Raid. For people who are doing DC Open Raid, I'm going to... Can I pull Bolam? I'm going to be in here. You guys are welcome to come if you want to jump into the Discord, and if you want to run with us, not a problem. Oh, Scott says my wife, and that's where it came from, horses. Damn right. Deaker can be a bit much, but you know, some people take, you know, I used to be in the military to an extreme. I used to be in the military too. That doesn't give you the right to just be an overbearing ass. And I love Deaker, don't get me wrong, but oof. Some days. Anyways, let's go ahead and queue up for Alliance War. It looks like they are already pop locked. But gosh, I'm going to get this AI started. There we go. And we'll just let people know. CH is up. I'm super surprised that they didn't make me wait. I thought I was going to have to wait longer than that. But they are pop locked. So anyone else that comes in, this is starting to be prime time. So there's going to be a queue. It's okay. There we go. CH is up. I'm going to... I have to actually change my... Yeah. I'm going to have to leave party and then change my auto-invite because, oh my goodness, I did not notice that we were still in a group. Sorry, buddy. Thanks, Tag. Okay. So Kargala is in CH. Now I have my CH. I have to set it again, and then I'll just pull Kargala in there. For invite to group. There you go. And so I'm in the Open Raid channel. Sweet. So this lady right here, I'm actually going to have to add the Werewolf transformation to the back end here. And for some reason, my two-handed weapon bar is no longer active. What happened there? I don't know. There it is. What? Man, this thing sometimes, it's crazy. I do need to add momentum instead of cleave. I do have to level that up. Alright, so open raid. We are going to be doing hang up if you don't have one yet. Grouping up if you don't have one yet. Let's see what we got here. I have to actually pick up quests, so let's go to travel to keep, pick up stuff, and we can go. Scott is straddling. You know, his wife Penny, I think his wife's name is Penny. She's so funny. And they did some awesome stuff. They won the last open giveaway and drawing that we had. But then also donated like a whole bunch of New Life Festival things. And New Life is finished now. So if you want a snowman pet and you did not do any kind of PvE stuff to get it, we will be giving those away. Right now, what time is it? So it is 6:09. At 7 o'clock, we will do our first giveaway of the night. Drop a stone. It looks like CH doesn't seem to be working too much, so I might invite to group. I don't know why it's all crazy like that. I apologize for crazy. Hi.
Hi, crazy.
Can you turn my fan on? I'm sweating. I'm about to sweat
I'm
some
putting
more.
on sweaters because I'm cold.
I'm freaking burning up right here.
Menopause.
Whatever. I'm just hot. Alright. So what do we got? Let's go ahead and hit that scroll. We are going to be defending, it seems like. So Bleakers is up next. We got... do look like we have people coming up. So we'll make sure oils are ready to go. They are already taking it. You should really fight them off. Yeah, it's just best to sit here and plunk at them. Can I find any? Who's there? Ah, I see. All I need is one. And unfortunately, because he's going to get hit a lot. So the guys who are in the group was just at Bleak's and came to Ash because a call was made. It's PvP is on Nick. You know what? This is a good time to just go kick somebody's butt.
Your CH isn't working.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Just delete me and I'll get it up and running.
All right. Let me, as soon as I stop. Ooh, that's a big group. Well, that's going to happen soon because I just died. All right. Let me revive real quick before they flag it. All right. And I am giving you lead. Kargala, have you been my friend? Promoting to leader. There you go. All right. You are now lead. I'm going to change my AI to something else because it's stupid and it might be pulling something else. There you go. Ooh, do not like. See, so did not like that. Oh, there was one kill. Do another one right there in the corner. You probably don't want to be standing there, guy. There's two. Oh, can I eat them if they haven't run away yet? Ooh, look at that. I fell apart. Oh, well. I should have thought that through and probably shouldn't have fell off the building first. That's okay, because they're not seizing the door, so I can still come back. What? But I have to go outside. I have to find a body. Someone give me a body to kill. Ooh, devour. Oh! Oh, I did eat him. Okay. I was just not sure if I was going to get to do it or not. Ah, you know what? As long as, because I can sit there and poison you forever. And death. Oh, but then he killed me. Eye for an eye! It's so evil. I'm like, okay, I can still come back. It's like no consequences, right? Run into battle. Rah! Oh, good push. Good push. I need to know My stuff is not working right. Ooh, someone is scripting. See, every time you see my system do that, this is exactly what's happening. Like every single time. I can tell. It doesn't happen any other time ever. That is a choke point. Yeah. Burn it. Wow. It takes a lot to build up that thing. That's okay. I'm not going to chase because stuff like that happens. Uh-huh. I still have trouble sustaining because I forgot to do my glyphs again. Hi, Penny! It's Penny Paper Doll. How you doing, hun? Are you guys doing okay? I know, it's been a really crazy last week and a weekend. I have and I work for the city, right? For my city. As a commissioner, and even I was I just kind of want to avoid all government. Like last week I was like, don't look at me. I was just, I don't know. All right, we are now following Kargala. She is leader. Is that same guy still there? Yep, he's still there. He needs a spanking. He'll die. Unless he can get rid of that poison dot, he's gonna die. Yeah. If you can't purge that, you're in trouble. Let's take a quick look at map. Are we saving Bruma, or is it currently under attack right now? You can't ever trust its own chat because these guys don't know what they're doing. Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing good. I kind of worry. What's going on right now, and slowly been escalating to, and all kinds of things, from business, real estate, government, school, all these different types of things. It's one of the reasons why I decided to work from home, because things are just, the uncertainty of everything is crazy. The only thing you can be certain of is what you can actually control, which is really only just you. So knowing that, it's a little easier for me to, do certain things. Yeah, that's not smart. You cannot run through that, but nice try. They always have the one or two that go up in the tower. I do not want to be a tower monkey. No, with the whole schooling at home thing, it was a good thing that I worked at home, because trying to help my son navigate the school stuff, and the schools were completely confused. They had no idea how to do online schooling. They still have issues with it. It would have just been smart if they would have talked to people who have been doing online schools, like correspondence and colleges, but they didn't do that. Nobody asked anybody anything. It's like they were trying to write it out on their own, and I'm like, you do realize this is happening on a global scale, right? You do know that you can talk to other people who've already mastered that crap. and like make it work. So instead of using 2, 3, 4, 5 different platforms, you got one. That's all you need. So when I was in college in my long distance courses and stuff, I never ever had to do 2 or 3 different websites. No, all we used was Blackboard, and that was it. I mean, literally, Blackboard is a teaching online thing. They could have just did that, but no, they want to be new and inventive and special. I'm like, yeah, be new and inventive and special when you don't have to deal with a crisis. Then you have time to do that crap. It's like, don't be inventing shit. It's like, if it ain't freaking broke, don't fix it. College already figured it out. You know, the reason why clickbaits work so good is because you find a good idea, you mimic the basic structure of that idea, and, you know, you build something new. But you don't have to do the whole thing new. It's ridiculous. I do have a RAM. If anybody's stupid enough to sit underneath it, probably not a good idea. I think the second thing that irritated me was like the whole concept of business. I know, right? If we could have did online school when we were in like high school, that would have mitigated so much stuff. That, because, you know, the kids nowadays, they think their bullying is really bad. I was like, really? Your bullying is nothing. People used to literally get away with murder. Murder when I was in school. That was what bullying was, right? It wasn't somebody made fun of you or made you feel bad about yourself, right? It was literally people physically hazing you and getting you to the point where either someone's going to die, right? Someone is going to die. That was it. Not saying that the difficulty isn't real. It is a real thing. It sucks. But that would have made a big difference to a lot of people, being able to do their classes online. We need to... Ghosts need to happen. Okay. Right. Now people want to play. Okay, we can play. You're all bombed. You're all poisoned. You're all gonna die. And there, take that. Oh, look, we got one. We got sneaky people on the sides. No. Nope, nope, nope. Ooh, here they come. Red ants, like coming out of an anthill. Ah! No, I cannot. I do not have good momentum. But you... probably don't want to stand there. Dead. Next. And ooh, somebody got marked. Oh, he was trying to hide. I need to replenish my stuff though. I've got like horrible regen on this. It's just so bad. I just have to get my stuff. I have to start just weaving heavy attack in here. It won't necessarily land, but at least I'll be getting some of my stuff back. Haha. Oh no. Haha. You made me use a potion and then you killed me anyway. Man, you only whirled once. How did you kill me with whirling twice? That's BS. Doc Hydra. I do see the shot clinch probably took away some of my magicka, but oh, look, there it is. Yep, that is true. Alright, time for lockdowns. Oh, look, we got scripters. How about that? Yep. You better bring that back. Bomb! Bomb, everybody, bomb. All of you. And Big Daddy. Go. It is worth it to die if I take 4 of you with me. Yeah, it would have made a big difference if we would have had online school like that. So is that, but hey, this is just my take. So I don't want anybody to get mad. I went to college to get my degree as an educator. Not just an educator, but a special educator. After I finished my time in the military and I had retired. So trying to get that one to be a teacher, I wanted to continue to do my life of service and be able to help our society to function better where it actually has to be done, right, with the younger generations. And then you create change that way by fostering those ideas and, you know, their concept of what it is to be humane. You do that, and what means intelligence, the value of life, all that stuff is done at the lowest possible denominator, right? So in the public world, that's what? School. But I quickly realized that what they were regurgitating or telling us to tell these kids was everything that is keeping our society in the way it was. And because I was having trouble with my learning at that time after getting blown up twice, had to kind of decide what I wanted to do. Because I could not retain... I can't retain anything that I read and look away from. Like, if you show me something on a screen, and the psychologist that did the test on me thinks I'm bullshitting, but I never was. If you show me something on a screen, or I read it in a book, or you write it down on a piece of paper, and then you tell me to tell you what it was, or write it down, or transpose it somewhere else, right? Even if it's to look at another monitor and like playing the memory game, right? But with words and stuff. I can't. Like, I couldn't. And the college would not accommodate me. I don't think they knew how to accommodate that kind of learning disability, because I had developed that after my injuries from Iraq. And PTSD and right. Just the way my brain translated chemicals totally changed. The way my brain learned totally changed. So unless it actually is something emotionally that I can emotionally attach to, I can't retain it. It's like impossible, right? I'm not even, my test scores on that were so bad that they were like, it's so bad that you must be lying. And I'm like, dude, I'm not stupid. My brain just doesn't retain information that way, right? That's like, because I know that this test is crap, so I don't really care about your test, which is probably why I never finished that particular degree out of 3 degrees, right? So I did that. I became an educator to learn. And then I noticed that everything they were telling me to regurgitate and what they were teaching the kids, it didn't make any sense. They were teaching them like cashier type math. It wasn't real math. It wasn't anything where you'd be able to go into college and immediately be able to start college level classes or courses. It wasn't at all. It was geared to where by the time they got to college, they would have to pay to take remedial courses in order to get up to college level, or what's expected, in order for them to even do the basic 2 years before you even, right, in your undergrad, before you even get to the 4-year qualification for college. So the first 2 years, which is a basic what? Math, English, science, the basic stuff. Couldn't even do that. Right? It's not meant for people to have that or to do well. That's what I noticed, and I was kind of disappointed. I was so disappointed that I decided to not carry on with that degree, besides the fact that I was having a hard time learning. And they wouldn't accommodate me. So all things being what they were, I just kind of stopped that. But what I did find out after taking those online courses was pretty much that it wasn't anything about, and it's true too, it wasn't anything about the teacher. It was not the teacher, right? And it wasn't anything about having the teacher there. It was everything to do with the parents not wanting to be parents. So not actually understanding how to teach their kids, because we made it to where parents can't freaking teach their own kids. Right? The way they teach us math is, or taught us math, the way we grew up with math is not the way that math works. Not anymore. And it's, you can come to the same answer, the same exact answer, right? Same answer the way we did it. But if you do it that way, they tell you that you're wrong because they expect it to be in a specific kind of format. Here's the format. They're basically just taking the math that it teaches them to be able to work at McDonald's, or to work at a retail store, to work at a counter at Sears. That's basically what it is. There's no math in there that's going to help them in any kind of higher level engineering or stuff. When I was in high school, oh my God. Not only did I do algebra and pre-algebra and geometry, right? I was doing trigonometry and then went into math theory. That was in my junior year of high school, right? That is ridiculous. And then what they're expecting them to learn, they're expecting them to learn something that is college level, but not giving them college level credits. That's just BS too. So everything pretty much is a system. It's a system that's basically for them to learn how to do nothing. Pay more money, go into a cycle to learn more stuff that's not going to help you, because none of that crap has anything to do with what you're going to need to know to get your job done. Nobody needs to know history too, or English literature to understand how to build a building, or how to be a elementary teacher, or how to be a physicist, or no one cares about that stuff. So that's just one broken system. So 2020 showed us that our school systems are full of shit, right? Because you got to learn it to teach it. And the parents were frustrated, right? We cannot involve ourselves with the teaching of our own children because you made it impossible, right? So there's one. You made it impossible for them to move forward without spending a lot of time or a lot of money, which already makes it not fair and makes it not equal. Education is like our law. It should be fair and equal. It shouldn't rely on being able to pay for a higher echelon education. That echelon education should belong to everybody. If you want to specialize in something, then you can go do something different. But that basic 4-year college stuff, it's basically just repeating high school. It's just a waste of time and money. So it's that. So trying to reinvent the wheel, they should have seen this coming. They tried to reinvent and didn't go to the colleges because the colleges already had distance learning on a roll. Parents cannot teach their children because they are teaching children different things that they taught us. What the hell are you teaching kids about society that you couldn't teach us? If we could operate in society the way they're operating now, there should be no reason to make the math or the English or the science any worse. It just shouldn't. That's just total crock. That whole thing is a crock. So that's the first thing. The second thing was that I was sorely disappointed in some of the parents because, parents talk about how difficult it is to teach our kids because we didn't know, there's not a clear understanding of what our kids are learning in school. We don't know what the hell you're doing. So I get it. But there were parents that just refused to, they did not want to stay home with their kids. They did not want to help their kids. They didn't want to talk to the teachers or learn about anything that the teachers were doing. They did not choose to absorb how their kids were learning in order to be able to relate between them and the teacher. Right? So, yeah, parents didn't want to be parents. That was my second that I noticed with the whole schooling thing. There was just so many. 2020 is like, 2020 was like a toilet bowl year. So what do I mean by that? Not that it was trash, okay? That's not what I mean at all. What I mean by it was a toilet bowl year is that every broken system, every broken idea, every stupid thing that ever happened, or that is happening, it all floated up to the top like poop, right? Floated up. And what happens if you kind of flush the toilet, but you don't really flush the toilet, is it kind of sits there, right? It doesn't actually get flushed. It swirls around in the toilet for a little while and just stays there. It's still at the top of the toilet. It's obvious that you didn't do a good flush, right? So that's kind of where we're at in 2021. We noticed all these broken things. We knew all this stuff is broken. We know what's going on. We know exactly what needs to be fixed. But instead of doing a complete flush, we're kind of like jiggling the toilet handle and watching it roll around in the water. That's not going to flush it, people. You want the toilet bowl clean, you have to do a complete flush. And you can't fight anything from outside a system. The only way to fix a system is either to do that complete flush or really to fix it from the inside and not even destroy it, but like rehabilitate it, right? So that's kind of what we're missing. We're missing that whole mentorship thing in the relationship between parents and their kids, the understanding that their generations has. If anything, our education system is responsible for the bigger and bigger generation gaps that we've been having. Because if your understanding 20 years ago is different than the understanding now, and way going to be different than the understanding 20 years from now, how are we ever supposed to get along and understand? There's not a common. So, like, there's no common. So that whole thing about common sense, it made sense to use that word because we had common knowledge, right? Education was open. We taught a lot of things from our middle school to our high school that college students don't even know at the first 2 years of their college. It's like, what the hell are you wasting your money on if you don't even know, like, what the structure of our government is? It's like a waste of time. That's what I would think. So we really don't need, you marked me, night blades. And I hate, that's the only reason why I hate night blades, is because they can mark you like that. And of course, because I'm a werewolf, she can hit me with that really easy. But I'm gonna stay here and get rest. Careful! Watch out, Dr. Freeman! Run! Dr. Walter Freeman was trying to resurrect me. Don't do it, Bria. I'm warning you. And you know what? It doesn't matter if you're over there or you're over there. I can see you. There are too many of them. Let's see, what do we have? It's just best to go here. I'm going to decline and resurrect from here. Yeah, Patty says, oh yeah, who is that elected official who thought the 3 branches were Senate, House, and Executive? My point exactly is, how can... we need to bring back that vocabulary. We need to bring back the vocabulary of common, right? Common is not a bad word. The common man is not a bad person. It's not a bad word. Commoner was never anything derogatory, except if you were up there being derogatory, right? But if all of us are up here, then you can't tell me shit, bitch, right? So everybody should have that. We should have common sense. We should have common knowledge, right? It's shaming to know that with all of the advances that we have right now, we've just been using those advances to keep people from advancing just because a few people or certain people need to make money. It's shameful. It's shameful. I mean, there are certain things that people need to understand. So even holding a city position, right? It's not a position of power for you. the presidency and being a representative, sitting on a Senate, right? Doing these things, being a House representative, being a senator. That's not for you to have power. That's not for you to forward yourself or to forward your party. That's the position of service, right? You are a worker. You are just as, it's just as important for you to do what you're supposed to do for your people as it is for a waitress to serve the people in a restaurant. Because that's literally what you are. You are a service person. You are supposed to serve us in some capacity. Right? That is what you are supposed to do. If you don't do that, then you don't need to be in office. I think people forget that. I forgot who it was. I'm going to have to look it up because it's bugging me now. Because I remember doing a paper on it and I've told you before, like my brain does not work anymore. No fair catching me. I am not going to use my ultimate on you, you bunch of ketchup packets. It's really going to be hard to get that scroll. If anything, we should be pushing AD right now. But I did finish the quest, so let me respawn there. But yeah. People are like, they tell you when you swear in, a lot of the places where you swear in, that even like if you hold a commission, even when you're a non-commissioned officer sworn into your position, right? So when you take it, when you get promoted, you're not supposed to ever use your place, your position, right, as a means for personal gain. It straight up tells you that, right? They know that. It's literally a service too. They're supposed to be bending over backwards to be making sure that the policies, what they vote on, is going to be the best for the people. Not just your party and your constituents, the people, right? You're only supposed to do party politics or if you have two opposing ideals of something, right? But it should be already and understood that we want all people to do well. When we started doing this party politics crap, we didn't do it. It was over. This is not about this group of people is better than this group of people. It never has been. It's not supposed to be that way. It's always supposed to be, you have a difference of opinion than I have. This is how I think we should approach it. Well, this is how we think we should approach it. How can we find something where both of us can move forward and make sure that everyone is heard? That's what parties are for. Parties are to make sure that people with different ideas, different cultures, different backgrounds, different social economic, right, platforms, where we come from, that we all feel like we're being represented, that everyone gets to hear how we think and how we feel. It wasn't meant to pit us against each other. It's freaking ridiculous. I don't even know what that is. It just makes me sad. That's how you, being in a leadership position. Have you ever seen the president? Look at the president picture. I mean, well, any president, I don't care. Take a picture of him before presidency, and then you look at him after presidency. Even if it's the 4 years, right? You see this pattern of age and stress and hardship that, like, that's like the fastest way to age somebody is to put them in a very prominent and very visible position, right? Where it's obvious. There's no hiding what you do. Everybody knows what you're going to do, right? It's a lot of stress. You can tell if you're actually doing what you're supposed to be doing depending on the level of the aging and the stress that's happened to you prior to you coming into office, and then when you leave office, right? There's this visible aging that happens. If all you did was kind of, did yourself and didn't do your due diligence and weren't really worried, because that's what gets it, right? The worry. You weren't really worried about your people or your country or how it was going to affect all citizens. If all you worried about was your own bottom line, then, you're not going to see much aging because there wasn't much worry. I can tell you, moms that fight with their kids, whether they're children or adults, and all the worry and stuff that you put up with, that kind of stuff, you'll see us age real quick, right? It doesn't happen if we don't care. If we didn't care about what our kids did, and I chose, I'm just going to get a manicure right now, we would look beautiful up until our 90s. But yeah, you come in the office and you're like in your late 40s, you're going to leave looking like a freaking raisin because worry. If you don't worry and you're not stressed out and you're in a position like that, you did not do your due diligence. That's just part of the game. I was like, they need to, I don't know. And it's not even just the politicians' fault. It's our fault. It's our fault because we let them do that crap. It's our fault because we have people that don't do their research. If you're going to believe in something and you're going to go march against something, you need to be completely aware of both sides of the story, right? Real journalism, do your research. What are the pros and the cons? You know, what are the facts? Regardless of whether you like the facts, right? Who gives it? They're facts. They don't care whether you like them or not. What are facts? You know, whether it supports either side. You need to know all of it. Because I was so disappointed in these people who were on the news. And when they were saying things that were blatantly not true. That the average person who even watches the news would have known that that was not true. And I'm wondering, like, how can somebody be so out of touch, right? It's because as citizens, they didn't do their due diligence. They decided that having a side and defending that side was more important than coming together as a people. So, you know, shame on you guys for not doing your due diligence. Yep, facts don't have an opinion. The truth doesn't care if you like it or not. And you know, there are things that people say about, regardless of what your political beliefs are, right? That can support or not support what you like. And yeah, you're not just not going to like it. That's natural. You're not going to like it. But that doesn't make it any less true. If my husband says something that I don't like, and he's bringing attention to something that I said, right? And I don't like the fact that he's pushing it in my face that I made this promise that I said I was going to do this thing. Regardless of the fact that it might irritate the hell out of me that he's right, right? It's right that I did say that, or that is the situation. No matter how much I don't like it, and no matter how much it irritates me, it's if that's what I did, that's what I did. If that's what I said, it's what I said. And what makes political dialogue and allowing us to like grow as a country, as a people, as a human race, is when you are able to hear the dialogue of someone else's belief, accept that, and still continue to try and find a way where you can resolve in some way. Right? That's what has to happen. Right now, we're so far away from that, it's not even funny. Oh my God, the other thing, because I was watching the news, what was that? I was looking at the difference between, if you want to really know what's going on, you've got to watch like 4 or 5 different news channels and read like 5 or 6 different news outlets, because everyone's got an angle. I don't care especially if they say they have no angle. Everyone's got an angle. So I'm watching like CNN, then I'm watching ABC, then I'm watching Fox News, and then, you're watching all these different news places. And it was super apparent to me that nobody was showing like the entirety of what the story was. There was only one side. So they were either pro or con. Do you guys have kids? Do you have more than one? Like, do you have like 2 or more kids? I'm not talking to like Panny and Scott. Do you guys have more than 2 kids? Oh, I'm too far away. That is not good. Ooh. I need to move forward more. Yeah, in journalism classes in the 80s, I think the 80s was like the end of real journalism. I will be honest. It just was. Because that's when they started doing that investigative journalism. I think it was at the end of trying to investigate the tobacco companies, right? And when they started investigating the water on the reservations, and they started looking at what drilling was doing to different places and how people were stealing land from owners, or the government was stealing land from owners to place or put in different, like in different things. So, like, that was like the end of the total end of just journalism as like real investigative journalism, where you looked at all of the sides. Because you wanted to be a reporter. Reporters report. Well, with kids, right? This is how kids work. So I have 2 adult children. Right? When I say adult, I mean they're almost 30. Yes, that's right, son. You are almost 30. Eat it. But so, I mean, really, they've been doing their thing. And when they were growing up, if I only listened to one side, then I was always in trouble. We tried our best to be equal. And we had to, because, I mean, beyond the norm. I mean, what's the norm? Beyond the normal reason why you have to be fair to your kids. Our kids were born on the same day, 1 year apart. Right? So not only did they have to share a room at a time, and they had to share their parents, they had to share a lot of things, but they also had to share their birthday. So there was a lot of conflicts going on between the both of them. And my daughter was mine, and my oldest was actually my husband's. We were like the mini Brady Bunch when we got together. And I'm very cognizant that when they were younger, we were not the best parents because we didn't know how to be fair. My husband would defer more to the needs of his son, and how his son was affected, or what would happen to his boy, what his boy would say, stuff like that. It's just normal, it's going to happen, especially to new parents that haven't been together. And of course, the kids didn't make it very easy because they were always fighting with each other, and they were always trying to manipulate us against each other to try and meet their own needs. So they basically were like political parties. So we found out that in order for us to have a nice peaceful house, right, that we had to have a united front. We had to listen to them both equally, and the judgments had to be fair on both sides, right? If one set of grandparents got something for one kid, we had told them, hey, if you get for one, you have to get for the other, right? There's no favoritism going on. And we had to do that because it was causing some serious conflict in our little family. Political parties are exactly the same way. You favor one but not the other, right? You're going to see a whole bunch of things happen. You're going to see a whole bunch of people dealing with a whole bunch of different things, but they only want to listen to one side. That's eventually going to cause a rift that will never be able to heal. And what we're seeing right now is the kind of the side effects of that. This is what happens when you don't look at both sides of the story. You don't create an actual dialogue, right? Because you really do. You have to learn to care about who is hitting me with that stuff from far away. Fire trebuchet. Why is the fire pot trebuchet not leaving a little circle of "we're gonna hit you"? Fivriled. Ah, he deserves to be killed again. But yeah, if you don't if you don't listen to everything, if you don't pay attention to the whole story, you know, there're going to be holes. There're going to be pockets, and you're going to cause this rift and this divide. It's going to split apart a country. It's going to split apart a people just as sure as two fighting siblings get split apart if they know that their parents favor one or the other. Like, you definitely cannot have a house of peace if you're sitting there feeding them anything but peace. So, just all kinds of disappointment all the way around. There's so many different ways that you can look at the whole thing. I just super really wish that people would do exactly that. I wish they would just listen. This terrain is not flat. This terrain is not flat. All over DC side, everything is flat and you can siege from anywhere. Anywhere else, you can't siege from crap. These guys need to stop though. You guys need to get off. There, have some of that. Yeah, I know those things are expensive too. You can spend another 2 hours scrying for another one. Here you go. Have some of that. Boom. And more of those. And I will put another one somewhere close by so that I can hit you again. You need to turn your attentions elsewhere. Yeah, you can do the thing, but it's not going to hit me. Aha, I just have to get off one. That's it. Just one. That's the reason why I love these things. I mean, of course, disease is already good, but these actually do damage to the person and the siege, which is what you want, because those siege are expensive. You want to make them suckers pay. I will make you pay for using it. Ta-da. Ta-da-da. And I'm quiet and sneaky like a mouse. Oh, look, enemy wardens dead. Nice. Okay, let's get you up here. And let's get... We're going to swing that around. And then we're going to get this guy in here. Yes, greed is. But what is greed? Right? Greed is somebody wants more than their share of what they're supposed to have. Right? That's what that greed shit is. And it doesn't make any sense to actually be greedy. And the only reason why I say that is... Oh. Yeah, I see you. Yes, I know. You're scary, you're scary, you're scary. But you know what? All of us can do that crap. Ah, please do that again, because I am now werewolfed. Alright. Let's go eat some people. Because I still haven't leveled this up yet. I would like to level my werewolf, but that means I have to eat somebody. Ah, look. Don't res. Don't res. Mwahaha. Devour you. Hey, devour. Damn it. And devour you. Why can't I use devour? I should be able to just devour people. Did I already get him? Haha. Hey, I leveled up my werewolf transformation.